another one?
Oh,
we're doing
wait. We are.
Hi guys.
Welcome.
We're back. I hope you missed us.
Welcome to another episode of
Wine and Spirits.
Yay!
We were having so much fun. Casper decided he would trick us into doing another one.
Yeah. So this episode we're going to be drinking an Italian wine. We will put the information in the description
We do not
below.
want to butcher the word.
I do not want to butcher this. I mean, look at this. If you can see it, we don't want to mess this up. So
you can get it at Trader Joe's.
We'll put it below, and we're going to try it.
Let's do it.
Oh, wait.
Cheers.
Oh
my God. All right.
That was a really awkward laugh. Sorry.
This is really fucking good. Wow.
This is really
I
good.
think this is my favorite we've done so far.
Yes.
At all. Oh my God.
Okay. This is awkward, but I get it. Hold on. I know I'm putting it in the description below, but I had to take a picture of this because I gotta get a bottle of this. This is very good.
All right.
Gosh, this tastes good. Tastes good in the front and the back. It sounds really bad, but I don't mean it like that. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to say
it's super smooth. It's a little dry if you like dries.
Yes.
But it's not, it does not dry your mouth out. It's very smooth.
Right.
Rich in flavor.
It's really good. It just, it rolls off the tongue.
Hold on, she has more to say.
It's good. It's good. All around. I have no negative. Actually, oh gosh. I lost another gear. I'm going to give this a 5. I think this is our first 5. From me, I'm going to give it a 5. Wine glasses.
I'm going to be different. 4.75.
I can't even say halfsies on that. What the f is that?
And I'm only doing it to piss Myra off. So it is what it is. All right. Do you want to kick it off?
Yes. Again, if you like the content that you're seeing, please like and subscribe. Share it with your family and friends. We love doing this. We would love to get more subscribers. So
stories, mostly, please.
Stories, send them in. The email is in the description below. And with that, I will start off actually with a personal story. So we're kind of getting into sleep paralysis. This story happened at our home that we're currently in, which we're trying to move because too much shit happens there.
They have a lot of shit.
A lot of shit. But Casper and I don't even remember what the fight was about. We got in a little bickering match, and I was like, oh, I'm sleeping on the couch, thinking I'm being defiant and shit. So I go down to the couch to sleep. He's in the bedroom. Everything's fine, but I'm kind of hyper aware. I'm a light sleeper, so when something happens, if I hear something that sounds different than what I'm used to hearing during the night, I'm going to tune into it. So I kept hearing weird stuff, like our floor creaks at certain spots upstairs in our loft area. So I kept hearing the creaking, thinking someone's walking. So I'm like, oh, I'm looking up there, thinking he's coming down to apologize. And nothing. No, I just hear walking, creaking, whatever. Nope, not coming. I didn't see him. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm trying to go to sleep, but I'm also watching the camera because, I like to check in on our son every once in a while to see if he needs to go to the bathroom, anything like that. Anyway, I'm laying there and I hear a creak again, but all of a sudden, and I'm not sleeping. So I say sleep paralysis because usually sleep paralysis, you can't move. Your eyes feel like they're open. You're seeing stuff going on around you, but you can't move.
Right.
I hadn't gone to sleep yet, but I was in sleep paralysis.
You hadn't even slept yet.
I hadn't even fallen asleep yet, but I could not move. I'm sitting like this, and I'm like this, trying to move. I look up towards our stairs, and it looks like this, kind of black shadow. And this is a story that one of my friends, Sam, is gonna come on and tell of what she experienced. I see a black shadow kind of peek out from our stairs. Just peek out really quick.
Not
and I'm
great.
just like, okay, I'm not thinking anything of it. I didn't feel scared yet at that point. Then, all of a sudden, I hear creak, creak, creak. I look up at our loft, and I see full-form black shadow kind of looking over at me. I don't see eyes.
Kind of like how it was with...
Yep.
In another episode. I don't remember which one. The one... Yeah, just like that?
Yep.
Was it this... Like, did it look like the same?
It was, so kind of like what you saw. It was the black shadow. I didn't see eyes this time. It was just all black, but it was distinct. But
that's super weird.
Because the lights were all off, so this was darker again than the dark. Leaning over the loft, looking down at me. And then that's when my heart started racing. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, okay, I'm scared now. So I'm like... fuck or fight at this point. I'm trying to get to my husband and I'm trying to like call out to him. I couldn't say anything, so it's like me saying stuff. I start crying, so my tears are coming down my face. I still can't move. This thing is looking at me, and then it goes back. So flipping over to my Catherine's point of view, as I'm trying to struggle to get up because I felt like this thing was threatening.
Yeah.
It felt like something was holding me down. I felt like something was sitting on my chest, but I couldn't see it. I just see this thing looking at me, and I couldn't get up, and I'm like going like this. And flipping over to his point of view, he's in bed, so he's probably still mad, but all of a sudden something wakes him up. And he looks at the end of our bed, and there's a little girl standing there. She doesn't say anything. She's just standing there. And I felt like, a little bit of me felt like she was probably trying to help me, like get him to wake up, like, because he's not a light sleeper. He's a heavy sleeper. Yes. Yeah, he's a heavy sleeper, like heavy sleeper snore. Ha 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 ha. Throwing that out there. Throwing you under the bus.
Casper snores.
Yes.
A lot.
Casper snores.
I haven't heard it personally, but I believe it.
Okay, but anyway. But yes, he woke up to this little girl standing there, and I felt like she was trying to help me because prior in the house, I've heard a little girl's voice in the second bedroom.
Gio's room?
Gio's room. I've heard a little girl's voice.
Okay,
I heard a little girl's voice, you know, when we were doing a mock investigation in our house. They say you're not supposed to investigate your own home. I didn't know that at the time before I became a part of our paranormal group. But yes, you're not supposed to investigate your own home, guys.
Is there a reason why?
I don't know. I don't specifically know.
Does it like just stir things up? Does it get more attached?
I don't know if it kicks up the energy, if it's makes it more negative, but they say you're not supposed to investigate your own home. Okay. Again, I'm going to talk to Jerry and have him kind of...
Yeah, Jerry, where's my bracelet?
I'm going to have him explain...
It's been a whole 20 minutes.
But I'm going to have him speak more on that. But yeah, I heard the same little girl's voice. And what's weird, I'm going to kind of kick this in there. At my childhood home in Duluth, I heard a little girl's voice in my dad's room. So I don't know if maybe she followed me. And maybe she might be my guardian angel. Maybe she might be protecting me a little bit.
There are things that follow people. Like, that's a thing.
I feel like something followed me because and I'll talk about it in later episodes, but there's been stuff in pretty much every place that I've lived in. Mm-hmm. And so this was no different, but like a little girl presenting herself to him and waking him up, like enough for him to wake up and
really
see it.
Cool. Like,
and he decided to get up and come down to get me to say come back to bed.
Even though you guys were fighting.
Even though even though we were fighting, he decided to get up and come down to me. And I felt at that same time, but I didn't know about the little girl, but at that same time, I took a deep breath and I was able to breathe and get up and sit up. So something was on me, and the little girl got him to get up. He came down, and of course I was crying already. So he came down, and I was like, oh my God, and I'm telling him something was holding me down. I couldn't get up, I couldn't move, and I saw this and I saw that. And then he tells me, oh yeah, there's this little girl at the end of our bed, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, that's creepy.
Thanks, little girl.
Thank you, little girl, for helping me out. But at the same time, what the fuck was that?
Oh my god. You know what's weird is I've had a little girl follow me my entire life.
You're gonna tell me?
Okay.
Tell me about it.
Do you remember first episode? I think it was first episode. Could be wrong. Go watch them. I don't know. Anyways, I would sleep and I'd get sleep paralysis really bad. I have it pretty regularly, like once or twice a month, which I think is way too much for anybody, honestly.
Yep.
But every time I'd get it, I'd see a little girl.
Oh.
And in another episode,
in this house? Or is
I have not had it in this house.
Or was it in Japan?
It was everywhere prior to here, actually.
Oh.
Which is very weird.
Wow.
But in prior episodes, I had mentioned my family's farm.
Yep.
Where that little girl was killed by pigs.
Oh, I remember that.
She's like the same age, because I described her to my mom when I first saw her, and she's like, wow, that's weird. Yeah. And then she kind of like changed the subject, because I was really young, and I'm like, I feel like I can't move, I can't breathe.
Yep.
But then there's always this little girl, and I described her appearance like to a T.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, I don't know how I feel about that. Don't know.
Right.
So I remember but with that, it felt not good. Like it was very scary.
The little girl felt very scary.
Very scary to me.
Weird. Because with Casper, she didn't feel threatening, that little girl. It felt like more like she was trying to alert him to something was going on.
Maybe the Shadow Man is protecting us.
I don't know.
But I have not had it since being here, but I would have it quite regularly, and to the point where you couldn't move, you'd cry. I'd cry and you would feel like you're screaming or talking or trying to yell for help. Nothing happens. Nothing comes out of your mouth.
Yep. So that when I was telling you about the Fedora man, the one that was doing the Michael Jackson lean,
you and Casper,
yeah, that's how it felt. I felt like I was trying to struggle to yell to him to wake him up, but it felt like a little bit like sleep paralysis because I couldn't. All I could move was my head, and I could see this guy standing there, but I couldn't get any sound out. I was just like.
Isn't that the worst where you feel like?
Yeah.
I felt every time it happens, felt like I was gonna die.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I cannot breathe. You're on my chest. You're on my body.
Yep.
And
you can't get anything out.
Everywhere up until here. This house, I have not had it. Leslie has. My son.
Oh no.
He has had sleep paralysis, and he has talked about it here. So, I don't know if it's an age thing.
Or maybe it transferred.
Maybe.
But then you saw
weird.
the shadow person
here.
So, which is interesting.
But I'm like, bitch.
I know. I keep saying shadow person.
I'm a little bitch when it comes to that stuff. So
it's hard. I mean, and it's hard to talk about because, when you bring it up to people, they're reluctant, they don't believe it, or they say,
until it happens.
Until it happens to them. I am waiting, because I have friends who are skeptical.
See, my best friend is skeptical, too.
Yeah. About the paranormal.
I see you, girl. I know you're watching.
I feel like people are skeptical until it happens to them. And, to a certain extent, that's how I used to be. I was skeptical.
Well, you want an explanation for everything?
Yes.
But some things just can't be explained.
I would force an explanation for certain things, oh, this happened because of this. A lot of people would be like, orbs. Oh, that was just dust. Or it was...
Was it?
Someone was joking with our son's room. They were like, oh, it was snot bubbles or snot something.
What? Does snot just fly through the air?
It was random. It was random shit. And I'm like, I get it because on the outside, you see this and you're like, oh, it's probably dust or it's snot bubbles or blah, blah, blah. But when you're actually living there and you're seeing it every day and you see the path it's taking and it's not like dust, Because, you know, we've seen what dust does.
And so, a couple episodes ago, when you saw the orb come out of me, before Myra and Casper get here, I do dust. And I do make sure I clean the house really good because it's on video.
Right.
Just to clear that up.
But, I mean, even that orb, you would know.
And it was perfectly circle.
And it flickered, and you would know because you would see, like, if it was dog hair or dust or anything like that, you would see it floating. You would see it, like, kind of like just everywhere. But you don't see anything until you just see that. And that's what's cool about it. I was actually very excited to see that.
See, I like how we're like, well, I haven't had sleep paralysis in 7 years. Gonna have it tonight, guaranteed.
Probably.
Yay.
Well,
but also, I don't sleep on my back anymore because of it. Are you sleeping on your back though? I don't sleep on my back. I don't. I refuse to now.
No.
Because that's when it happens.
I sleep on my sides now because I've had so much sleep paralysis. I get scared. Like when I'm on my back, I automatically, I'm like, oh, I'm on my back. Flip.
See? Yeah. I sleep on my sides now, whether it's uncomfortable or not. Because when I'm on my back, that's when it happens. And I have not had it, I think probably since we moved here, because I refuse to sleep on my back at all. It's weird.
I mean, it's just weird. I've read many stories. I've seen many shows about sleep paralysis and how it works and stuff like that. And actually, I'm doing another plug. Evil is another good show that I'm watching. It's on Paramount Plus now, I think. But Evil has a segment in there where she's going through sleep paralysis, and she does like this mind thing on the wall. Like if it's blurred, that means that you're in a dream. If it's not blurred, that means that it's actually happening.
That makes sense, though.
But I'm just like, a part of me was like, I might try that, just to see if I'm in a dream state or if it's actually happening. Because sometimes you don't know.
Because, like my best friend, Kristen, she's like, sleep paralysis you're just dreaming. That's all it is. This is just dreams. And I'm like, no. But then I just leave it because...
until the person actually experiences it, it's hard to explain. It's hard to believe because that's how I was about the paranormal. But because I've had stuff happen throughout my life, that's why I'm more of a believer now. Because I tried to explain it away and I didn't want to sound crazy, and it's hard to talk to people about it. Because like people look at you like you're crazy. And I have a story actually about my best friend that I'm going to talk about in a later story. That stuff just happened. But like when stuff would happen to me all the time, Casper didn't believe me. He did not believe me. And it was very hard. It caused a lot of rifts in our relationship. Because,
but those are such personal experiences, and for your like significant other, not
he would be
acknowledge
away.
It. You're like, no, but seriously,
he would be away at like a work convention or something like that, and the door would unlock by itself, the front door and stuff like that. And I would send him a picture. I would send him a picture. I'm like, this is happening, or I'd send him a video when we had our boys, Ivo and Zuma, and they'd be on the end of the bed growling at something. I would send him that, and I'm like, something's going on. And he didn't believe it until it started happening to him.
And that is the same with my husband.
Yep. So,
anyways, okay, now for reals, guests are about to arrive to our party. So
yes. So we are done. We had a great time. Again, if you like our content, like and subscribe. Everything that we've been drinking tonight will be in the description below.
Our favorite.
It's a 5 for me. I haven't done a 5 yet, so
4.75. Close enough.
Good. So yes, 5. Right. But you got to try it. Again, we'll see you on the other side, bitches.